Hello YouTube, and welcome back. Well, my computer went through a lot of shit, so currently, at the moment, I am downloading all my Steam games, which is probably gonna take forever. Um, but, as you can see, we have a new show, or series, or LP, or walkthrough, or whatever you want to call it. Katawa Shoujo, which I'm pretty sure translates into crippled girls. Yeah, if you've never heard of this, it's a visual novel slash dating sim type thing. And there's very little adult content, like near the end. Well, just for one of the people. I've only watched one playthrough of it, so I'm not gonna go for that person. I want to say it was like Hanako or something like that. But yeah, so. It'll explain once we get into it, but I like this. I watched Chill Chaos play through this and loved it. And, well, I thought about doing it for a while, and now he's like, well, I'm not doing any more Let's Play. I only watched the first one, which was Hanako. It's weird every time I move my... If you can see the FPS, I'm sorry. I have to do it in a certain way. It's annoying. I might just select hide for that. Which normally I wouldn't want to, but, you know, shit happens. So, it changes for better or worse every time I move the mouse. Anyways, let's start. A light breeze causes the naked branches overhead to rattle like wooden wind chimes. This is a popular Jeep for couples in the summer. Deciduous? I don't know what the fuck that means. Trees provide a beautiful green canopy far out of sight of teachers and fellow students. Alright, I'm getting my poetic voice out. But now, in late winter, it feels like I'm standing under a pile of kindling. I breathe into my cupped hands and rub them furiously. Sound effects. You should hear that. Anyways, to prevent them from numbing in this cold. Oh, that's right. Chill did voices. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. Just how long am I expected to wait out here anyway? I'm sure the note said 4 p.m. 4 o'clock p.m. Whatever, I don't care. Ah, yes, the note slipped between the pages of my math book while I wasn't looking. As far as cliches go, I'm more of a fan of letter in the locker, but at least this way shows a bit of initiative. As I ponder the meaning of the note, the snowfall gradually thickens. Just like the plot. Anyways. Had to clear my throat. The snowflakes silently falling from a white painted sky. Our only sign of time passing in this stagnant world. Their slow descent upon the frozen forest makes it seem like time has slowed to a crawl. The rustling of dry snow underfoot startles me, interrupting the quiet mood. Someone is approaching me from behind. Any other game I'd make sexual innuendo on that, but nope. Hisao, you came? A hesitating, barely audible question. However, I recognize the owner of that dainty voice instantly, and I think my friend's awake. I'm gonna go check. Be right. Alright, I'm back. Just, my friend woke up and I was shocked because it's 10:40. It was right after I started recording too. I have a text, Jesus. And of course this invoice. I feel my heart skip a beat. Oh god, this reminds me of a song from Statistics. No. It's a voice I've listened to hundreds of times, but never as more than an eavesdropper to a conversation. I turn to the face of this voice, the voice of my dreams. My heart begins to race. Why are you wearing a skirt in this weather? Also, this house not a bad looking guy. Iwaniko? And I butchered these names, they're mostly Japanese, so. I got a note telling me to wait here. Is it... What, it was yours? Damn it, I spent all afternoon trying to come up with a good line, and that was the result. Pathetic. Yes, I asked a friend to give you that note. I'm so glad you got it. A shy, joyous smile that makes me feel so tense I can't move a single muscle even if I tried. My heart is pounding now as if it were trying to burst out of my chest and claim this girl for itself. So, here we are, out in the cold. Once again, the wind stirs up the branches. The cacophonous noise is music to my ears. Iwanako flinches ever so softly against the gust of wind. As it passes, she rights herself as if supported by some new confidence. Her eyes lock with mine, and she lazily twirls her long dark hair around her finger. All the while, the anxious beating of my heart grows louder. Dun, dun. My throat is tight. I doubt I could even force a word out if I tried. You see, I wanted to know if you'd go out with me. I stand there motionless, save for my pounding heart. I want to say something in reply, but my vocal cords feel like they're stretched beyond the breaking point. Hisao? I reach up to try to massage my throat, but this only sends spikes of blinding pain along my arm. Hisao! My whole body freezes, save for my eyes, which shoot open in terror. Oh god, I'm dying. Hisao! The beating in my chest suddenly stops and I go weak at the knees. The world around me, the canopy of bare branches, the domed sky, Iwanako running towards me, all these fade to black. The last things I remember before sleeping away are the sounds of Iwanako screaming for help and the incessant clatter of the branches above. This will probably be short, so because I want to play Xbox with my friends up there, and I'm letting Steam stuff download. 4-Leaf Studio present Katawa Shoujo, and I'm probably butchering that, but I don't care. I'm not reading all these. No, maybe. Inspiration Rita. Okay, no. Made by internet peoples, which is always good. But yeah, I really liked this when Chill played, and I was thinking about it for the longest time, and so I finally decided, why not? Yeah, this other series will be coming back slowly. I just gotta get to uploading them. I need to bring back some old ones too, like Fable, The Lost Chapters, and excuse me, and Spore, because I have those still, although I think Fable's caught up. If not, it's only behind by 1 or 2. Spore, I'm really behind. I need to find out. And yeah. It's been 4 months since my heart attack. In that whole time, I can probably count the times I left the hospital room unsupervised on one hand. 4 months is a pretty long time when you're left alone with your thoughts, so I've had plenty of time to come up with terms with my situation. Arrhythmia. Oh, yeah, arrhythmia. I can say that one. I think that's what it is. But anyways, a strange word, a foreign, alien one that you don't want to be in the same room with. A rare condition, it causes the heart to act erratically and occasionally beat way too fast. It can be fatal. Apparently, I've had it for a long time. They said it was a miracle that I was able to go on so long without anything happening. Is that really a miracle? I guess it was supposed to make me feel better, more appreciative of my life. It really didn't do anything to cheer me up. My parents, I think, were hit harder by the news than I was. They practically had 2 hemorrhages apiece. I had already had a full day by then to digest everything. To them, it was all fresh. They were even willing to sell our house in order to pay for a cure. Of course there isn't a cure. Because of the late discovery of this condition, I've had to sit in hospital to recuperate back from the treatments. When I was first admitted, it felt as if I was nothing. For about a week, my room in the ward was full of flowers, balloons, and cards. But the visitors soon dwindled, and all I... I need to drink water real quick. All the get-well gifts began trickling down to nothing shortly after. I realized that the only reason I'd gotten so many cards and flowers were because sending me their sympathy had been turned into a class project. Maybe some people were genuinely concerned, but I doubt it. Even in the beginning, I barely had visitors. By the end of the first month, only my parents came by on a regular basis. Iwanako was the last to stop visiting. After 6 weeks, I never saw her again. We never had that much to talk about when she visited anyways. We didn't touch the subject that was between us on a snowy day ever again. The hospital? I probably would have made a power play, I don't know. It's not really a place I'd like to live in. The doctors and nurses seem so impersonal and faceless. I rarely go to the doctor, so I don't really know if I could agree with that. I guess it's because they are in a hurry. They have a million other patients waiting for them, but it makes me feel uncomfortable. Well, this isn't Japan, and also, different locations, so that could be why I don't necessarily agree with that. Anyways, for the first month or so, I asked the head cardiologist every time I saw him for a rough estimate when I'd be able to leave. He never answered anything in a straightforward way, but told me to wait and see if the treatments and surgeries worked. So I idly observed the scar that the surgery left on my chest slowly change its appearance over time, thinking it was of it as some kind of an omen. I still asked the head cardiologist about leaving, but my expectations are low enough now that I'm not disappointed anymore when I don't get a reply. The way he shuffles around the answer shows that there's at least some hope. At some point, I stopped watching TV. I don't know why. I just did. Maybe it was the wrong kind of escapism for my situation. I started reading instead. There was a small library at the hospital, although it was more like a storeroom for books. I began working my way through it, one small stack at a time. After consuming them, I would go back for more. I found that I liked reading, and I think I even became a bit addicted. I started feeling naked without a book in my hands. Well, that's not bad. But I loved the stories. I like reading too. So that was what my life was like. The days became increasingly harder to distinguish from each other, different only by the book I was reading and the weather outside. It felt like time blurred into some kind of gooey mass. I was trapped inside instead of moving within. Same Shoujo. I was just telling what I'm doing. A week could go by without me really noticing it. Sometimes I'd pause in realization that I didn't know what day of the week it was. That's me all the time. Well, now that I'm in college, it's kind of different, but other times, all the things that surrounded me would painfully crash into my consciousness through the barrier of nonchalance. I guess that's what I was to say. Anyways, I had to set up for myself. The pages of my book would start to feel sharp and burning hot. Heaviness in my chest would become so hard to bear that I would put the book aside and just lay down for a while, looking at the ceiling as if I was going to cry. But that happened only rarely, and I couldn't even cry. Ouch. Today the doctor comes in and gives me a smile. He seems excited, but not very. It's like he's trying to make an effort to be happy on my behalf. My parents are here. It's been a few days since I've last seen them. Both of them are even sort of dressed up. Is this supposed to be some kind of special occasion? It's not a party. There's a ritual the head cardiologist has. He takes his time sorting his papers, then setting them aside as if to make the point of the pointlessness of what he just did. Then he casually sits down on the edge of the bed next to mine. He looks me in the eyes for a moment. Hello, Hisao. How are you today? I don't answer him, but I smile a little back at him. I believe that you can go home. Your heart is stronger now, and with some precautions, you should be fine. We have all your medications sorted out. I'll give your father the prescription. The doctor hands a sheet of paper to my dad, whose expression turns wooden as he reads it quickly. So many. I take it from his hand and take a look myself, feeling numb. How am I supposed to react to this? The absurdly long list of medications staring back at me from the paper seems insurmountable. Yeah, I got that one. They all blend together in a sea of letters. Dear God, kid. This is insane, yeah. Side effects, adverse effects, contradictions, and dosages are listed line after line with cold precision. I try to read them, but it's so futile. I can't understand any of it. Attempting it only makes me feel sicker. All of this for the rest of my life, every day. I'm afraid that is the best we can do at this point. However, new medications are always being developed, so I wouldn't be surprised to see that list fade over the years. Years. What kind of confidence booster is that? I'd have to feel better if he hadn't said anything at all. Also, I've spoken with your parents, and we believe it would be best if you don't return to your old school. What? Please calm down, Hisao. Listen to what the doctor has to say. Calm down. The way he says it tells me he knew full well that I wouldn't like it. Am I going to be homeschooled? Whatever of my concern shows, it's ignored. We all understand that your education is paramount. However, I don't think it's wise for you to be without supervision. At least not until we're sure your medication is suitable. So I've spoken with your parents about a transfer. It's a school called Yamaku Academy that specializes in dealing with disabled students. Disabled? What? Am I? It has 24-hour nursing staff, and it's only a few minutes from a highly regarded general hospital. The majority of the students live on campus. Think of it as a boarding school of sorts. It's designed to give students a degree of independence while keeping help nearby. Independence? It's a school for disabled kids. Don't try to disguise that fact. If it was really that free, there wouldn't be a 24-hour nursing staff, and you wouldn't make hospital being nearby a selling point. Of course, that's only if you want to go, but your mother and I aren't able to homeschool you. We went out there and had a look a couple weeks back. I think you'd like it. It looks like I really don't have a choice. Compared to other heart problems, people with your condition usually tend to live long lives. You'll need a job one day, and this is a good opportunity to continue your education. Sorry, text, I know. This isn't an opportunity. Don't call it an opportunity. Don't call it a goddamned opportunity. Well, you should be excited at the chance to go back to school. I remember you wanted to return to school. Well, it's not the same one. A special school. That's an insult. That is what I want to say. It's a step down. It's not what you think. All the students there are pretty active in their own sort of way. It's geared towards students that can still get around and learn, but just need a little help in one way or another. Your father's right, and many of the graduates at school have gone on to do amazing things. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. Why am I reading so fast? Jesus Christ. One of my colleagues in another hospital is a graduate. I don't care. A person doesn't have to be held back by their disability. That's what a disability is. I really hate that something that's so important was decided for me, but what can I do about it? Normal life is out of the question now. It's funny, I had always thought my life was actually kind of boring, but now I miss it. I want to protest. I want to blame the lack of reaction on shock or fatigue. I could easily yell out something now, something about how I can go back to school anyway, but no. I don't say anything. The fact is, I know it's now futile. I look over the room, feeling very tired all of a sudden. The hospital, the doctors, my condition, everything. I don't see anything that would make me feel any different. There really isn't a choice, I know this, but the thought of going to a disabled school, what are those even like? As much as I try to put a positive spin on it, it's very difficult. But let me try. A clean slate isn't a bad thing. That is all I can think of to get me through this. At least I still have something, even if it's a specialist school. It's something. It's a fresh start. And my life isn't over. It would be a mistake just to resign myself to thinking that. At the very least, I'll try to see what my new life will look like. Act 1, Life Expectancy. I like that. I love all the art and pretty much everything about this game. But I think I will end it here, guys. Can I just... Thank you. Save. Create new save state. Progress successfully saved. So then if I wanted to load, yep, okay. Cool. Cool. So, that'll do it for all. I really enjoyed this. 18 minutes, wow. I might